State University. My name is Jason Willoughby, the President and CEO of your Fort Hays State University Foundation. And I want to caution you that I don't know that the generosity of our donors can keep pace with this many exciting announcements, but we are in a tremendous time where community leaders that have been leaders of this community for longer than my entire life are stepping forward, supporting Fort Hays State University, supporting the Journey campaign, supporting our students. And today we want to recognize Wilmer and Lorena Kellogg for their generosity. You guys join me in welcoming. I have a few things I'd like to say today about Wilmer and Lorena and their leadership to our community. Not only are the Kellogg's longtime supporters of Fort Hays State University, but they're members of our Worcester Society, the society of people who have come together during their lifetime to pledge assets after their death to Fort Hays State. This is tremendously important to the long-term success of both the foundation, the university, and keeping higher education affordable for our students. The Kellogg's are also difference makers. For those of you that don't know, Curtis, there shouldn't be anybody in here that doesn't know, right? Okay. For those of you that don't know, difference makers to the athletic department are those generous donors that commit $5,000 a year, unrestricted, to make Fort Hays State athletics exceptional. That program continues to grow, and I would say we continue to be more successful. So, Wilmer and Lorena, thank you for your lifelong dedication to Fort Hays State and your annual contribution to Fort Hays State. A little bit more about the Kellogg's. Wilmer was a member of the Foundation's trustees from 1992 to 1996. Served an integral part of the leadership of the Foundation at that time. Lorena is a graduate of our College of Education. And today we celebrate their generous commitment of $1 million to the Journey campaign. This gift will serve many causes across campus. They've chosen education because Lorena was an elementary school teacher for 32 years and my wife's favorite third grade teacher. They're supporting the College of Business because of Wilmer's longtime ties to many businesses in Hays, Kansas, and athletics. How many of you in here can say you watched both the men's and women's team win a national championship? A couple. Wilmer and Lorena joined that crowd. They also support the shooting club. Probably the largest supporters of the shooting club we have. I know Dwayne Shepard and his kids really appreciate your support. These type of gifts don't come along every day. It took a lifetime of hard work for Wilmer and Lorena to amass the kind of assets that would allow a gift of this incredible size to come to Fort Hays State University. I just want to say again, thank you for everything you do. I've said this before, and I hope I say it again. The Journey campaign is broad enough to take in all of your interests, all of your loves of Fort Hays. The Kellogg's chose 3 places at Fort Hays that they love, that they want to make exceptional. Their gifts today will help do that. Any of you in the crowd would like to do the same. Melanie, John, and Jared are here. They'd all be happy to talk to you after this. They're all 3. Question I've gotten often lately is, when will we finally update you on the success of the Journey campaign? We've told you about a lot of generous gifts. March 8th, about a week from now, we'll be back in here with the campaign co-chair, Steve Shields. We'll give you an update on what all these generous donors have done in combination as we come through the public phase of the campaign. With that, I'd like Paul Athens to be in the College of Education to join me at the podium.
First off, I want to thank both Wilmer and Lorena Kellogg very much for what your kind gift at FHSU. It's a support of individuals such as the Kellogg's that make college accessible for students at Fort Hays State University. We can't, a lot of our students couldn't make it or wouldn't be able to get here if it weren't for support of individuals like you. And scholarship support is more than just a gift, it's an investment in the future of our community, our region, our state, and especially in the case of teachers and teacher educators. The scholarship support for the college education will help to address the needs of future teachers. And if you've looked in the news, you know, we all our teachers are employed as soon as they come out, and we often get the call, do you got more teachers? Do you have more? And so we're hoping we're going to be using the scholarships. Our department chair back there is chomping at the bit to say, we're going to use that, we're going to get more teachers in 4 days. So thank you for making that possible. But I do have to say that the gift from the Kellogg's not only helps the future members of the Tiger Teacher Nation prepare for a teaching career, it's also an investment that is impacted and magnified through the lives of each PK-12 kindergartner through 12th grade student that our teachers will be doing. So your gift goes far, far beyond just what you do for Fort Hays students. It's all those future Tigers in their classrooms, and we hope we get them all, despite what K-State and KU may want. We want those. I want to thank you, though, thank you not only for our students, but thank you for each one of those kindergarten through 12th grade students that our teachers will impact. Because it's very fortunate that we have this, because the impact that you do will be magnified many times over. Not just for the student, but for every student they touch, which will touch thousands of people now and also generations yet to come. So thank you again very much for what you do.
Curtis Hammocky, Director of Athletics here at Fort Hays State.
Thank you, Jason. I too want to start by expressing our gratitude from the Department of Athletics for our involvement in this gift and combining athletics with education. Obviously, they need to go hand in hand, and we're very appreciative of thinking of us. I think anytime we at the university receive a gift like this, whatever area that it comes to, it humbles you to stop and think about the many, many areas that a person can go with their resources, with the gift that they have. They can spend on themselves, for example, but they can certainly spend in a lot of other areas. There are a lot of areas of need throughout the country, throughout our region, throughout Hays, Kansas, that also would be viable recipients of such a gift. So when you consider all that, it's all the more humbling, and for us to be the benefactors of your thoughts and all of your years of hard work to get to the point where you are. And so that's what I want to say on behalf of athletics, on behalf of the university, on behalf of education and business. Sincerely grateful for you. We are that you're thinking of us with this great gift. In so doing, I want to let you know also that as busy as they've been through all these years, and as active as they've stayed, they're not done yet. Obviously, they're still doing an awful lot. And recently ran into Wilmer and Lorena at a restaurant here on a Sunday afternoon, and got done eating, and I know what I was starting to think about. I was thinking, I could take a nap. And so I was talking to Wilmer at the checkout counter and said, so what do you guys got planned for today, Wilmer? You gonna think about maybe taking a little nap? He goes, no, I'm X amount of years old, which I won't tell you. I don't have time for a nap. Going back quite a while, not only the contributors that they've been to athletics and many other areas, they've also, as Jason alluded to, been difference makers and really have come on board with the Department of Athletics for many, many years, and have been a great supporter of that. But I want to say also, several years ago, about 7 years ago, we started an athletic auction that's been huge for us at a time we were really cutting resources and having to find ways to make ends meet and at the same time grow. And they were really at the forefront of getting that auction off the ground. I know this time I want to speak a little bit about Lorena. I mean, her efforts as a committee member and chair and running that program, getting it off the ground and beating the bushes for people to give items to the auction, really took a major step forward, and it's continued with great success to the day. But much of that is what Lorena got started for us. They also gave us one of their prized possessions, a great Jaguar one day, and that we could auction or raffle off and generate a significant amount of money for athletics that year. After, of course, my daughter and I took it out on I-70 to see how fast that it would actually go. I got a little nervous after a little bit, started thinking I better shut this down. But it was a fun ride. It was a great ride. I think the tie-in to athletics, this year on campus here, we have between 450 and 475 student athletes. And this year in January, we recognized over 300 of them at our academic night of the basketball game for their academic success of having a 3.0 or better. And I think that really helps tie this gift together and realize that for us to recruit the best, not only the best athletes, but best students moving into the future, gifts like this are going to really bring that to a reality for us. I think with the housing improvements, with the infrastructure, the campus improvements that are going on, along with these scholarship programs, the future is very bright for Fort Hays, and your gift is going to be a huge part of that. So thank you very much.
Our next speaker is the epitome of a student athlete. I want to echo Curtis's words first, though. It's important to remember gifts to athletics are gifts to student athletes. If we don't have an athlete on campus that's not also a student that's studying and going to class and going through all of the same things that every other student is. They just have a part-time job to entertain us on a nightly basis. So next up, senior in the College of Business and the all-time leading scorer in football history, Drew O'Brien.
All right, so I'll start with a little bit of background on myself. I was born and raised here in Hays, America. Went to TAP, and one of the reasons I decided to go to Fort Hays was because of the support I saw from the community and the opportunity to play football in front of my parents. Before I get any further, I know everyone's telling you how important this is to certain departments and everything, but as a student athlete, I can tell you personally, there's no way to properly articulate how important these scholarships and these donations are. A lot of dreams most kids are to play college sports and get an education, and you're making both of them possible. A lot of athletes wouldn't be able to afford to go to college without your generous donations. And during athletics, we hardly have any time to sit down and think to ourselves, let alone work. And so these scholarships really do help to make it where we can afford rent and afford school. And so donors such as Wilmer and Lorena, they help both college athletes and student athletes alike to realize our dream of getting a college degree. Future students will be impacted by your guys' generosity for years to come. And on behalf of all students and student athletes who have realized the benefits of your donations, I just wanted to say thank you for your support and your continued support. God bless the Tigers.
Before I bring up our final speaker, I have a few comments on behalf of Wilmer and Lorena that we talked about before the press conference. So these are their words, not mine. Hays without FHSU. Did you ever think about this? Without Fort Hays, the city would be a very small town. Without it, I doubt we would have a regional hospital. Without it, I doubt we would have a regional airport. Without it, we would not have the variety of restaurants that we have. And the list goes on and on. I don't know about you, but our lives revolve around the activities related to Fort Hays State. Thank you, guys. This is by Calvin Coolidge. No person was ever honored for what he received. Honor has been the reward for what he gave. I think that's fitting tribute to today's ceremony. Our last speaker today, the interim president of Fort Hays State University, Dr. Andy Tompkins.
Well, I'm honored to be here today, to be with Wilmer and Lorena, and guess what? I'm not even going to pull my notes out tonight. I'm ready for you today. I almost want to have them up here, because, you know, it's kind of fun. We're talking about them, they're sitting here and so forth. But if you want to see what the epitome of stewardship is, we have them right here. We have some others here too, but these two right here are what stewardship's all about. And it's not only about the fact that they feel they want to support this thing, but they support it with their presence, you've heard. What it means to the athletes, what it means to the departments, what it means to all these people, the kinds of gifts they have. You know, we are known here for having one of the lowest tuitions in the nation, and we're proud of that. But even with having that low tuition, guess what? Our students still need scholarships. And in fact, it is the difference maker. I think that's a good term that we use. A difference maker for many of our students with the gifts that these people have given to make sure that they can get a good college education and hopefully leave with very little, if any, debt. So, in one way, we're really appreciative of this. But I've got one other thing I want to talk about in a minute. And I learned this one year. I had to be the head of United Way for one of the communities I was in. And in that community, I learned something that I never did. First of all, it was my time in the barrel, is what I called it, because I was a school superintendent at the time. And you know, it was my time to be the head of United Way. Well, we got near the end of that campaign, and of course, we weren't there yet, but we had a history of never missing our goal. So about, and I believe this was like December the 23rd, I got a call from a person in our local community that said, "Are we there yet, Andy?" And I really didn't really know this person that well, and I said, "Well, no, we're not quite there yet." And this person said, "I'm going to help us get there." And they came up with a plan, and within 48 hours, we were there. And what I learned from that experience, and some of you know this, and these two people we're honoring today know this, there is something more in giving than just knowing what it may do. There is a real joy in giving. And when you can experience the joy in giving, guess what? You've taken a new leap. It's not just a thing I probably should do. It's not just a thing others may be expecting to do. It's a thing that makes my heart feel right. And you two, I think you're great examples of that. We're honored to have you here today. On behalf of this university, we're very grateful to you. Thank you.
Well, I don't believe there's anything left to say other than if there are questions, I'd be happy to take them. And if there's not, please stick around for enjoy some refreshments. Wilmer and Lorena, we're going to need some photos. And I'll steal this from Drew. Go Tigers.